Now, we all have names, and we also name other objects and materials around us. We give name to cars, and there are generic names. For example, all cars are cars, but also there are specific names, isn't it? So even though all cars are cars, but not all cars specific name. Even though all cars are cars, not all cars are the same. So you talk about the Volkswagen of this world and the Nissan and the Toyota. Even within that group, each Toyota are even different from each other. So names are very, very important. So when we talk about names in biblical terms, or when we talk about names as it apply to living things, especially as it applies to God, what is the importance of name? What should be our understanding? Because I think at the heart sometimes of this confusion around Yahweh and Jehovah, a lot of the proponent of this confusion seems to confuse what name is, what names means. Is it just the letter? Or is it just the phonetics? Is that what our name is all about? Is it just about getting the right? I mean, yes. I mean, obviously, it is very important for you to be able to pronounce people's name rightly. It is rather expedient for you to be able to write their names rightly. But if you live like I do in a, well, let's say in a foreign land, you will understand that you come to live with people not being able to call your name properly and not being able to spell your name properly because you came from a different culture, you came from a different area. And for example, people call me all sorts of fantastic names. And as long as they are not, I know they are trying their best to call my name. Some people can't spell my name properly. It's not because they are mean. It's not because they are trying to be insultive. It's just because they just can't spell it right because my name doesn't belong to this language. My name doesn't belong to this culture. They have not grown up with a name like mine. So some people can't spell it rightly. Many people can spell my name rightly, but they cannot pronounce it rightly. But yet, as long as I know that it is me they are trying to call or they are trying to write, I respond to that. And this is why it is important for us to look at some of these things and ask some of these questions. Because as I read through some of the writing of some of this teaching, I begin to understand that at the heart of this confusion sometimes is a misunderstanding, either intentionally or unintentionally. Is a misunderstanding of what names, the importance of names. Why do we have names? What is the importance of names? Now, the word that was translated name in the Hebrew is Shem. Remember what I said? I'm not an Hebrew scholar, but I can read, and you can read too. You can check this thing out, get a good concordance, get a good dictionary, and you can read some of these things. So, the word that was translated name in Hebrew is Shem. And what does it mean? The name is something visible or audible, but not just the visibility or the audibility, but it's something visible or audible which represents that individual or that object to the rest. So it represents our name is a representative of us. So in other words, our name says something about us. So remember, the Bible says that God brought the animals to Adam in the garden, and Adam named every animal. He didn't just pluck up a name in the sky and just, pick a name because it sounds nice, or because it's in vogue, or because it's different. Just choose a name. No, 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 no. Our name conveys some truth or fact about us. Okay, so when we give a name to something, the whole idea is for that name to convey, to say something about that object, to say something about that individual. So in other words, a name is a revelation, okay, of that individual. So when you hear the name, you will know something about that individual, something about their characteristics, something about the incident connected to their birth, something about their hope, wishes, or prayer that the parent might have had for that child. So names are really, really very important. And how much more when we begin to talk about of God.